Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we're starting our way back into the wilderness this morning. Got my tool truck. I got to take some tools back to the hoe and see if I can fix my heat. I think it's just simple as pulling the plastic out from behind the seat and getting down to the heater box. And I think the little electric servo that's down in there that switches the heater valve, I think it's stuck or something. So I needed some tools to get that plastic out. So I thought, well, I'll just drive the whole truck back here. When I get down here, I'll just move the hoe over to the side and drive my truck past and just keep moving it down the river levee as we go behind me. And actually, if you drive another, I think about another half mile down from where we're at, there's a big turnaround from when there was a break down there years ago that we fixed. We fixed that one back in high school. When I was back in high school in like 2007, this actually all washed out. And at the time, we had an old D65 Komatsu dozer, and we pushed dirt from like a quarter mile each way into the break, and kept putting sandbags in it, put a school bus in it, smashed it down in there. Of course, all the fluids were drained out of the school bus. It was an old school bus. But smashed that down in there, and finally, after about 48 hours of work, we finally got her sealed up. At one point, we took my Uncle Jamie's little D3C Cat dozer across. We thought we could lay out some sandbags and get it across and push some dirt from the other way. But as he went across, the sandbag squished out and the dozer fell in the water. So my Uncle Jamie was sitting up to his waist in the seat in water. So we hurried up and backed up with the D65 because they had a winch on it, had a 60-ton winch on it. And we got a chain wrapped around the rock posts of the D3. Dad picked up with the winch and picked him up out of the hole and drug him out. So luckily we got the dozer out before any real harm was done to Jamie or the dozer. Just had to take it back up to the road, and we drained the transmission out, put fresh fluid in it, and put it back to work. So real exciting times. You know, you get here at night when there's a river break and you don't realize what's around you until the sun comes up, and you realize that the water in the river is almost as high as the levee over here, and you got water over here that's almost as high as the levee, and you're out in the middle of this wilderness on this wide a path, and you just never know what's going to happen. So pretty exciting place to work during flood. So we'll get back here, get this hoe tore apart, see if I can figure out what's going on, and then we're going to proceed with moving material today. We got to do a little more fixing our driveway and our turnaround. They started backing in. The turnaround works pretty good, but where they come around the one tree back here, it gets soft. So I got the Bobcat today. I'm going to carry some stone down and put in their tracks and keep their tracks filled in as we go and keep them a good firm base to drive on. So let's get back here and get started, get around this big tree. So, and there's a few spots through here I'm going to carry some bucketfuls of stone and fill in where they're falling in a little bit. But it's pretty cold today, so the ground's pretty froze. So I think we shouldn't have any problems. There's some big trees back here. Beautiful, beautiful back here. Especially in the morning and afternoon when the sun's just right. Okay, let's get at it. Okay, so after tearing half the cab apart, I figured out what's going on with my heat. This little guy down in here, it's hard to see him right there. You see those rods and stuff down there? That is what actually controls the hot and cold for the heater. So that was all stuck. The cold side was working, but the hot side wasn't working. Let's see if I can make it move. As you can see, it's moving. I don't know if it'll pull it back to the hot side. Oh yeah, it's starting to. So what I done was I just put my hand down in here and helped it. Just pull it. For some reason it's really stiff. I don't know if the valve's stiff or if it's just a door in the heater box, but I'll have to tear it apart later and see what's going on. But at least for now I have heat though. So I'm going to throw this plastic back in, cover this all back up, because this is the computer right here and you want to keep it covered. So they got that cheap little plastic thing over it. So I'm gonna put this back together and we'll get at it today. But at least I'll be warm. Well, I got a little behind in video today, but we started widening this levee back out with the sand. I've got the shot rock packed down in there, and they're gonna bring me 6 loads of sand, which they've already brought me 5 so far, so this will be the 6th. And then I'm gonna have 1 load of riprap brought back, and I'm gonna start to armor this. I gotta take the back of the excavator bucket and I gotta pack all this in and get it all firmed up and shaped the way I want it. And then I'll start down there at the water's edge with the riprap, and I'll start working it up, packing it in, and that'll be the armor for this. We're gonna do this section since it's around this tree and there wasn't much room to get around. We're gonna get this section done, widened out first, and then I'll probably go back that way just a hair, and then we'll continue on and do our real big curve here. So get him where I want him, have him dump it right there. So really the main spot that was the real concern was from about here on around to where it bumps out again. So that through there, we're gonna have to widen that pretty far out with the shot rock, and then get it widen it out with the sand. So there's gonna be quite a bit of fill right here in this curve to bring it out a little straighter than what it is. So this is actually the easy spot right here. So we got 2 other trucks running today, which really speeds it up. So it's about lunchtime. I wonder when we're gonna go to lunch. But I did get my heat back in the hoe. That was the main thing today. So it's nice and warm in there now. Okay, so we're continuing on with our shot rock here. So we're getting wider, as you can see. This is about the spot where we're gonna have to get really wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get in the hoe, and I got a load in front of the hoe right now. I'll get that thrown over the edge. know if you can see it on video, but up in that cottonwood tree right there is a bald eagle. Oh, I can zoom way in on him. Yep, there's a bald eagle right there. Hold still. Yep. That is our national bird, the bald eagle, and there he is right there in front of me. Well, not quite in front of me, he's way up in that tree, but beautiful sight. Definitely cool to see. Oh, I gotta go. I got a truck coming. Really cool. Okay, so we got most of our shot rock put in. I got maybe 10 more loads to go down there just to finish that out, but I decided that I wanted to come back and start widening this out with some sand just to make it easier for the trucks to back in on. So I take the Bobcat and I actually push the sand over, and then I'll get in the excavator and I'll take the back of the bucket and I'll actually pack it in. So as you can see, that after I get it packed in, I end up with, you can still see the shot rock down there in the bottom. It's kind of hard to see it, but that acts as a nice shelf for the riprap to come down and sit on. So I'll actually work the riprap right down into that shot rock. I'll dump bucket in, I'll pat it down in there so it all interlocks together, and then I'll work my way up the bank with the riprap. So the reason I use the Bobcat to push the sand in is because I like to grade all this as I go. So it's just easier just to be in one machine, and it don't take very long to push a load over anyways. So instead of bouncing back and forth between the Bobcat and the excavator, I just stay in the Bobcat. So this makes things easier. And plus, while I'm in between loads of sand, I'll run down the path and I'll check for any big holes or anything like that. And if there is a hole or something, I'll dump some stone in it just to keep the trucks running in and out smoothly. So I'm gonna get the camera set up. I get this load of sand pushed over, and then get that patted in with the hoe after a couple loads. And then I've already told Dad Strength, I called him, he's running the 270 loading. I called him and told him that I wanted 4 more loads of sand, and then we're going to start bringing some riprap back and get this section covered up, because I don't like to leave this sand exposed too long, just because of the simple fact, if there was a big rain or something that popped up, you never know the way the weather's been, it might wash some of this down in. So I kind of like to armor it as we go, just to make sure we don't lose ground. So let me get the camera set up and get the Bobcat, and I'll push some of this dirt over. Okay, so we got plenty of sand to work with now, so we're going to start packing this in here, getting it worked in. So we'll go across the top first. Get that somewhat padded down a little bit. I'm going to run my track right along the top of this. Get up on top there partially. I don't want to go all the way up on top because I don't want to sit that close to the edge. Okay, so we're going to start right here. That's where we left off before. Start right here. Start packing it in. Dirt, just dump it on top. Grate it off on top. So I'm going to keep packing this and then we'll get some riprap and we'll get it armored. Okay, we're going to start placing some riprap. Got us a load here. Down at the edge of the water and work our way to the top with it. I'm going to try to keep it about 10 to 12 inches thick. Let's let it stack up. Placed and then we'll start packing it in. Now if we get some dirt in it, that's fine, because they want it to grow back up to natural grasses and flowers and things that grow in the river banks. Backwards with the hoe a little bit. So with having a quick coupler, I can't curl my bucket back far enough to dump it. Get some started down here. Across the bottom first, and then I'll move back. I'll move the excavator back so I can dump it closer to me. But I'll do down here so I don't lose my line of vision. Because when I move back, then I can't see all the way to the water's edge. This cleaned up, and we'll get some more loads back here, and we'll get some outside video. Good morning, everybody. So if you haven't noticed, this video has spanned a couple days. The first video I done on the first day of being here, but the second one I decided, well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it a couple day video. So that's why you'll notice the sun's in different positions in some video shots, and it'll after I tell you this, it'll kind of make sense. So anyways, we're on day let's see, 4, maybe 5, I don't know, I lost track. Kind of time stops back here. So I got the 200 running this morning. She's running a little rough. Cut her some slack. She's got 17,000 hours on her. It's probably time for a valve adjustment. Probably should do that one of these days. So anyways, we're gonna get started here this morning. We've got all the shot rock put in. That is all complete and done. And we started yesterday on sand, and we're gonna get the sand put the rest of the way through today, hopefully. I was gonna try to be done completely today with this project, but I don't quite think we're gonna make it. So we've met our goal with the shot rock. The shot rock is actually veering the water over towards the center of the river now and away from the riverbank. So you can see there's kind of that dead spot of water right there. That's what we want. There's no turbulence right there. So turbulence causes erosion. And now with that shot rock there, we veered that water over and left that dead spot. So that's what I like to see. So now we'll just bring our sand on around, bring our riprap on around, and we will be done. Well, I found what I was looking for today. The last load of riprap. We are done after I place this load of riprap, do a little grading with Bobcat to clean things back up. This project is declared finished. Truck drivers kicked ass today, got stuff moved. I mean, it went flawlessly. I didn't think that we were going to get this far today, but it happened. So I am tickled to death. We're done by Christmas with this project. We've got a bunch of work lined up. I mean, very fortunate to have a bunch of work lined up. So we're going to be busy until we can't be busy anymore. So as long as it don't freeze super hard, we're going to be busy. So a lot of you have been asking me about the new to me big tractor, when it's coming. It's coming very, very soon. Like I mentioned before, I did have to finance that tractor because of course I'm not made of money. So I had to finance it. Well, there's been such a volume of people financing stuff right now that it's taken a while to get the check. So they kind of put them behind. Luckily, a friend of mine has the tractor, and they weren't in a hurry to get rid of it. So if it was sitting anywhere else, I would have probably missed out on it. But luckily, since somebody I know that's got it, I was able to hang on to it. So, and I, several times it's been offered to come get it and just bring the check later, but I don't like to do stuff like that. I'd rather pay for it and then go get it. So the tractor is coming. So anyways, stay tuned because there's a lot of cool stuff going to happen. There is something else exciting potentially coming to the channel. I haven't quite sealed the deal yet, so I'm not going to really go into details what it is, but it's possibly going to happen. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm just going to finish capping this off right here at the end of what we've done. Kind of marry it into the concrete that's already there. Well, it's limestone, it's not concrete. I don't know why I said concrete, but it was a previous repair. So anyways, stay tuned because like I said, it's going to get fun. We're going to get that tractor here. We're going to get working on it. It needs a few things. It is a 3,000 hour tractor, but it needs a few things because you got to remember it's still from the 80s. So it's got a few things that need fixed. But other than that, it's a really, really nice tractor. I can't wait to get it and reveal it. So you know, I'm really excited about it. So hopefully everything goes through, and well, hopefully everything goes through on the next thing that I'm working on, and I'll be able to show you guys that. So anyways, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you before the end of the year, end of the new year. I don't think there's going to be anything I'm going to make a video on here in the next well, couple days. So, but we are going back to work right after Christmas. We got too much work not to. We're not going to take a vacation. We'll take some time off if it gets to the point where it's too cold to work. But as long as the weather holds out, we're going to stay hammered down and get things done. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of Dirt Grain Steel, I'd appreciate if you give me a like. I'd greatly appreciate that. I kind of wanted my Christmas goal to be 12,000 subscribers, and we're at 11,000. Yeah, 11,000 something. So that's close enough to 12,000. I'm happy with that. So thank you everybody for a wonderful year on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support that you have all given me. We're going to build this up right here so that water can't run over the edge. But thank you for all the support. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and then we're out of here. So have a good Christmas, everybody. Thank you. Well, I guess I kind of got excited and I forgot to show you what it turned out like. This is what it looks like. Turned out super nice. Get a couple good rains on this. It's going to whiten back up. Get some ground cover and stuff growing in it. And she'll look natural. So, natural, and it's going to stay here for a long time. So, with this being capped like this, even if the water runs over, it's going to stay there. It's going to wear like iron. So, it's going to be really tough right here in this corner. So at flood stage, this is one spot you won't have to worry about. So it turned out real nice. So I'm gonna grab Bobcat, clean some things up, and call her good. So thank you for watching.